Alrighty folks, this is round 3 MPO action. That means it's moving day as all of our competitors look to throw down good numbers in search of a solid finish in the second NT of the year. Eagle McMahon, of course, leads our show. He was the man with a plan through 2 rounds. And today looked to be no different. He would come out on a blistering pace here, crushing his drive on hole 1, setting up the fairly routine birdie. Again on hole 2, he knocks down a long one. Hole 3, though, maybe one of the most impressive shots of his tournament so far. Wide left on the sidearm, and he's 2.5 feet from the pin. After the hot start, though, he would calm down a little bit, and hole 8 is when it would get dicey.
Today was a strong right to left wind, so I figured if I just put a disc up there, I was going to go out of bounds left. For some reason, the wind stopped, or it just didn't affect my disc, and it never got back in bounds. My card mates they said that it never crossed any point in bounds, so I had to re-tee.
A 2-stroke penalty right there, and things would not get a whole lot better after that.
And then, my next shot went out of bounds somehow. I didn't feel like it went out of bounds, but I was getting all those sorts of breaks today. And it was a double bogey. And after it happened, I was like, okay, a double bogey's pretty bad, but still not that bad. But then that was kind of the start of the roller coaster.
A roller coaster in the truest sense of the words. He would only card 4 pars on the day, getting in trouble on hole 9 and almost converting the par save. Would take a bogey. A 2-stroke swing here on hole 13, though, as he would cash in a long one. Cutting over to hole 15, he plays the wide hyzer, a little bit low, off a tree? Rolling all the way back. It was just that kind of day for Eagle. Here on 16, he would abandon the wide PD2 route in favor of the FD3, sliding it onto the back of the green, though unable to convert that birdie. Hole 17 would be trouble again, hitting the first available tree. With the sidearm approach, he slides it out of bounds. This was the final in what added up to 7 OB strokes. That is exactly how many he had through the first 2 rounds combined.
Today was moving day. If I were able to put, a 4 or 5 under today, that would have been a great score. I'd be still leading and going in tomorrow with more confidence. So I'm going back to the game plan, and I'm going to see where that puts me tomorrow.
The beneficiary of Eagle's mistakes, Mr. Paul McBeth. You cannot give an inch or he will take a mile. Here he is getting his round started on hole 1. Oh, not converting the birdie, kicking out right side, but able to connect on the long one on hole 2. Here is his upshot on the tough par 4, hole 5, sliding it a bit short, but converting the outside the circle putt. The putter was on all day, improving drastically over rounds 1 and 2. Here on hole 11, he plays it a little too tight off that out of bounds, skipping and rolling in. You cannot let opportunities like that go. He converts for the birdie. Here on 13, though, he plays it a little bit too low and flat, sliding out of bounds. Reduced to a simple upshot. Unfortunately, no chance at saving that par. Cutting to hole 17, he leaves his drive a little bit left and the door is open. But this is Paul McBeth and doors don't stay open long. A big hyzer into the wind out of that right side and into the headwind, no problem. Drains it. McBeth would finish 6 under par, swapping a 3-stroke deficit for a 3-stroke lead.
The weather was good, but it was sneaky windy, so it could have went either way. And I didn't feel like I shot a great round. I think he made a lot of mistakes and gave me a few strokes in there, but I think I gave a few back too. But 6-stroke swing in today. It'd be nicer if it was tomorrow, but now I got one more round.
With all that action happening on the lead card, nobody was paying attention to the Heimbergler. Calvin Heimburg sliding in with a 9 under on the round, getting it started here with a crush on hole 1, converting that birdie 4. Calvin can putt, but today he didn't need to. The drives were picture perfect, like here on hole 4, sliding it into 5 feet, and here on hole 6, sliding the uphill 343-foot hyzer underneath the basket. Showing off the command with the driver again here on hole 11, Calvin throws the ridiculously stable driver out right, hitting the tree and knocking in the bird. Facing the longest putt of the day into a left-to-right wind, no problem for Calvin on the par 3 hole 13, bringing us to hole 16. What looked to be drifting too far right hooks back at just the right time, setting himself up for the easy birdie 2. Calvin would come in 9 strokes under par, moving up 6 spots, putting him in a tie for 5th with Chris Dickerson. Shot of the Day award goes to Brian Earhart, flipping that lefty comment on a laser straight line off the tree and in the basket. He can't believe it either. Your leaderboards after 54 holes has Paul McBeth on top by 3. Eagle McMahon looks to chase during the final round. James Conrad and Ricky Wysocki make up that lead card, where Calvin Heimburg, Chris Dickerson, Cale LaVisca, and A.B. Anthony Barella sit on chase. Thank you so much to all of our media producers out there. That's Joe Mez Pro, Gatekeeper Media, and Dynamic Discs. Make sure to pay attention all weekend long for all the action here at the second stop on the PDGA National Tour.